What if I told you that the most powerful pirate in history wasn't a man, wasn't born into royalty, and didn't die in battle? She started in a brothel and ended up commanding over 80,000 pirates. Forget Blackbeard. This is the story of Ching Shih, the pirate queen of the South China Sea. At the start of the 19th century, a woman who had been a prostitute in a floating brothel in Canton married a pirate called Ching Shih, who ruled the waters of the South China Sea during the Qing dynasty. We now know her as Ching Shih, which literally means Cheng's widow, but she achieved much more than her husband. Also known as Cheng Yi Sao or Zheng Yi Sao, Ching Shih took charge of the pirate empire after Cheng Wai died. He was in charge of more than 1,800 ships and about 80,000 pirates. For example, Blackbeard's fleet only had 4 ships and 300 men. She was definitely the best pirate ever, says Laura Sook Duncombe, who wrote Pirate Women, the Princesses, Prostitutes, and Privateers who ruled the 7 seas. She lived longer, earned more money, gave herself up without being forced to, kept her money, and lived her life peacefully, unlike Blackbeard, who was hunted down and killed. Cheng Ai, her husband, was the leader of the powerful Red Flag fleet. He had successfully brought together different groups of pirates in the area. He married Ching Shih in 1801 when she was 26. According to historian Deanne H. Murray in Pirates of the South China Coast, 1790 to 1810, Qing was very involved in her husband's operations. Legend has it that Cheng chose her for her business sense and cunning, which she had honed during her time in the brothel, gathering information from rich, powerful clients. There is no solid evidence from Chinese records to support this story, but her financial skill was undeniable. Some people say that Ching Shih only agreed to marry Cheng Wan on the condition that she would have the same say as him over the fleet. As Murray says, her real talent was taking control of the whole group. Female pirate leaders were very rare, and only one other, a woman named Mrs. Hon Cholo from Hong Kong, has been documented in the 20th century. Cheng Wai died in 1807, just 6 years after they got married, when he was 42. We don't know how he died, but it might have been a tsunami, or he might have been killed in a bomb attack in Vietnam. But his death left Ching Shih in a difficult situation. The Red Flag fleet is now controlled by Cheng Vern's adopted son, Cheng Po Tsai. He used to be a fisherman, and people say he was Cheng's lover. This might sound strange, but it was common for adults in China to formally adopt each other to make business or mentorship relationships official. Soon after her husband died, Ching Shih started a relationship with Cheng Po Tsai, and later they got married. This meant she got control of the fleet again. It was a bold move that made her the top dog. Ching Shih was a woman in a world ruled by men, but she led with the same authority as anyone else. It was not unusual for women to be on Chinese pirate ships, but it was very difficult for them to become a commander of pirates. In 1709, an East India Company officer called Richard Glasspool was captured by Ching Shih's forces. He said she was in charge of 80,000 pirates, 1,000 large ships, and 800 smaller vessels and boats. To control the pirates, Ching Shih introduced a strict set of rules. Did you not follow the orders of your bosses? It will be done right away. Is it rape? Death? Even if both people agreed to have sex, they could still be killed. If a pirate married a person they had captured, They were expected to be loyal to them. This made her crew respect and obey her. Under her leadership, the Red Flag Fleet never lost a single battle, even though the Qing Navy, the Portuguese, and the East India Company tried many times to defeat her. Eventually, in 1810, she agreed to a government pardon, again on her terms, because she was facing internal strife and growing external threats. She retired with all her money and lived peacefully. What probably made her give in, says Murray, was a lack of agreement between the Red and Black fleets. With the Black Fleet first to surrender, the pressure increased, and Ching Shih realized it was time to leave. She died in 1844, at the age of 69, not in battle, but in peace. Her story has had a big impact on popular culture, including the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, where the character Mistress Qing was inspired by her. We don't know much about her final years, but she is still a legend. She was a pirate queen who rose from the shadows to command empires and retired on her own terms.